Hi friends, from today I am starting uh, new playlist GraphQL API for WordPress. So in this we discuss all thing about GraphQL. First of all, we have to learn why this GraphQL is more important than REST API. So for that we can uh, we can watch some part of this video so that it will be helpful for us.
Call them R, and then we'll call the other one G, just using initials here to protect their identities. Now, R is rather talkative. They tell you everything they know, whether you want to hear it or not. G, on the other hand, is much more reserved. They share the information that's absolutely necessary, but no more, but they're always willing to share more if I do ask. And look, this is one way that we can think of the differences between REST, that's the R, and GraphQL, that's the G. REST can be a bit of a know-it-all. You have to be specific in your requests and sift through all the data that's returned. With GraphQL, you can be precise and only retrieve the data you need. It's said that GraphQL prioritizes giving clients exactly the data they request and no more. But I'm getting ahead of myself here. What clients? What do these technologies do? Well, both REST and GraphQL are used to build something called APIs, or Application Programming Interfaces. And those allow different applications to communicate with each other over the internet. So an API takes requests from a client over here, and that client could be like a web application or a mobile app or something like that. And then it retrieves the necessary data from a server over here. Now, REST, or Representational State Transfer, and Graph Query Language are two different approaches to building APIs that have their own strengths and weaknesses. So REST is an architectural style that relies on HTTP requests to interact with resources, while GraphQL is a query language that allows clients to retrieve data from multiple data sources in a single API call. So let's define some terminology, and we're going to start with GraphQL. So in GraphQL, we have something called a schema, and this is the blueprint that defines all the possible data that clients can query through a service. Did I say query? Yeah, query, that's the next one. So a query is a request for data that follows the structure defined in the schema. Then we have something called a resolver, and the resolver is called to retrieve the data that was requested in the query, and this may involve fetching data from multiple data sources and assembling it into a response that matches the query structure. And then lastly, we have mutations, and mutations, their job is to modify data on the server. So if we think of this in terms of the create, read, update, and delete, or the CRUD model, a query, that would be equivalent to the read in a CRUD, and then all the others, the create, the update, and the delete, they're handled by the mutations. So that's GraphQL. If we take a look at REST, we consider resources in REST. So resources are really the fundamental concept in REST, and each resource has a unique identifier called a URI that identifies it, so Uniform Resource Identifier. And a client can request a response using...
We already know about REST, etc. And now I will provide this video link to the description so that you can also watch this video. Now I am asking to ChatGPT for one question like why we should use WPGraphQL in place of REST API. So using WPGraphQL instead of REST API for a WordPress site offers several advantages: efficiency in data retrieval, single request, reduce payload, and handling complex relationship, schema and type system, strong typing, self-documenting, flexibility and extensibility, consistent API and performance, batch request, caching, etc. Evolution without versioning, non-breaking changes. So I think there are lots of advantages of using WP GraphQL. So I think we should use WP GraphQL in place of REST API. And at here also proper documentation for it. WP GraphQL, all data, like there is one add-on, one plugin for that. WP GraphQL. We will check this add-on in the next video, and there are lots of contributor for it: Jason, Wahel, Ryan, Kenner, etc. So I think you will love and you will enjoy learning GraphQL at here. And I will explain everything from basic to advanced in this series. And basically we we use single request at here for many resources found, like if we use REST API for multiple post get, and if we want category then again request. But if we want to do same thing with GraphQL, then we can do one request and then use GraphQL directly at there, not multiple requests at that time. I think for introduction it is very good, and now I will move to next video, and in that I will explain basics of WP GraphQL, and at there explain existing how can I will explain existing query, etc. at there. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful, then please like, subscribe to my channel. Thank you.